Hey stock and options traders, welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Carl with a K, and I've been trading stocks and options online since the mid 1990s. And be sure to check out my free proprietary options course. I left a link in the description below. If you're here to learn about trading or to figure out if a stock or options course on YouTube is worth the money, then make sure to subscribe to the channel. I have taken another course. This video will cover my experience with and my opinion behind the paywall of Coffee with Marcus's Rockwell trading. The reason I chose Rockwell trading as my next review is because I have received some comments on my YouTube channel stating that Marcus shares his P&L. And after watching a few YouTube videos of his, I found that Marcus has a directional trading philosophy that picks a direction based on a software called PowerX Optimizer, and he trades an option strategy called the Wheel. The software was developed and funded by Marcus. In late November 2020, I commented on a Rockwell trading video, and Marcus made a statement about the success of his software, and I asked if he knew his win rate percentage. Now, unfortunately, I am not an expert on finding old YouTube comments, so I can't remember the exact exchange, but he did claim some win rate, and then he said he wanted to email me privately. He emailed me thanking me for leaving a comment on his channel. Then he said he checked out my channel, and I did an awesome job on my reviews. So then he went on to offer to let me have access to his PowerX Optimizer and course material for a review. He also mentioned a potential collaboration. A collaboration with him would be awesome for my channel. He has over 50,000 subscribers, and I only have around 3,500 at the moment. I wrote back that I'm very interested in the collaboration with him, but his wheel strategy may have some drawbacks, and I will give an honest review, and since he shows his P&L, he is already on my good side. He mentioned he wants my unbiased opinion and will not let his team know that I am a course reviewer. Now, after some deeper thought, I'm willing to give a review, an honest review. And if it prevents us from collaborating, then so be it. He offered his PowerX Optimizer software for free, so I'm going to take him up on his offer. I emailed him at the end of the year to get started, but he did not respond. And after watching his latest video, I learned that he's been on vacation. So I expect a response soon. So I did email him again on January 4th, 2021, and he did respond. I'm more interested in how he trades options than his PowerX Optimizer, but he says he combines both to create his strategies. So I will look over his total trade strategy, which includes the PowerX Optimizer. So the next day I received an email from Marcus. He says he's opening a $250,000 account to be tracked and P&L to be shown on his channel. He says the next step is to sign up for a tour of the PowerX Optimizer. So I went ahead and signed up. When I was signing up, I did like the part of the sign up question, which was about my account size, because that is a rare focus for an instructor to address account size. At first, when I signed up for the tour, it said that no tours were available for the month of January. So I emailed support to see if I could get in earlier than February. I received an email response within an hour, and it was to a group of Marcus's videos regarding profit and losses. I was also given a link to the channel and was told Marcus doesn't update every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday Eastern Time. But I was already subscribed to the channel, and they didn't really answer my question. I think it was just an email sent out to me because they captured my email. So I never really got an answer to the question about making an appointment. So I wrote back asking again if I can get a demo appointment in a reasonable time frame. I received an email to try and sign up again, and when I tried, I was able to set a tour for Thursday, January 7th. So on Wednesday, January 6, 2020, I watched a video from Marcus titled my trading plan for my new $500,000 account. This video is available on his YouTube channel, and I'll put a link in the description. He laid out his two strategies. One is the wheel strategy for income, and the other is the Power X strategy for growth. Now, I've compiled about 16 questions to ask, and these are part of the series that I've created, the 14 mistakes beginner to intermediate options traders make. And there's a link in the description for that video. Based on the video that I watched from him, he will share his portfolio P&L. So I hope to also see his portfolio of volatility. As far as position sizes, he has that laid out in the 12th minute mark of his video. He also answers his money management plan in terms of capital to be used per trade. And he mentioned that he's planning to use a maximum of 33% of his buying power for margin on his wheel strategy. So I will continue to watch his videos in order to see if he answers all the 16 questions publicly, or if I need to use other sources for the answer. So far, this looks promising as far as showing portfolio P&L. He also mentioned an expected return of 60% per year. And he mentioned it is possible to turn $10,000 into $40,000 within a year. And those are pretty high expectations. On Thursday, January 7th, I had a consultation for the Power X software with Paul from Rockwell Trading. And while I was listening to the presentation, I would occasionally interrupt with a question. And Paul was very professional and answered all my questions. One question I did not need to ask was, what was their edge? Because it's obviously a directional picking software called Power X Optimizer. Another question not worth asking was, is your system directional? It obviously is. And during the presentation, I also learned the answer to the question about going long options, and the answer is yes. Next, I wanted to know if the system had been back tested. And one of the actual filters in choosing a stock is the back test results for 1 year. It looks at the results as if the software was used, and if the results are favorable, then the stock shows up as a possible stock to trade on a list. The results of backtesting the stock we looked at were around 116% return, or around $2,800 on a $10,000 account. Now, I had to point out that 116% on a $10,000 account would be over $10,000 in profit. The software looks like it calculates returns based on deployed capital rather than planned capital. And I think this should be updated in the software for accuracy. When the software chooses a stock, it also chooses options on that stock where you can go long on the option that it picks. The options results have not been back-tested. Only the results of trading the stock have been back-tested. So I'm sure this is because it would require much more coding to achieve. However, I think these results would be much different because these long options plays are placing low probability trades. So next question was, are objective rules used to trade the system? And the answer, according to my consultant, is yes. And this may be the first time I've seen this in a review. When it comes to commissions and slippage, the trade plan does take that into account when trading stocks, but not when trading options. And the reason is because I can't get back-tested results with options, and with stocks, they're commission-free and have minimal slippage. As far as maximum margin to be used with options, Marcus has stated that 33% of max margin should be used when sizing your options portfolio. Marcus has also stated that you should have a max of 5 positions at one time. And this is excellent because this is another first on how detailed he is on how to size your positions. As far as seeing real trade execution in P&L, Marcus has stated that he will share this on his YouTube channel. So it is not behind the paywall, which is great, and I really look forward to this. As far as the lowest drawdowns during the crash markets, I found this interesting. When you look at the charts, you can see candles in green for going long, black for undecided, and red for going short. But during the 2020 crash, the candles were gray in color. So I had to ask Paul what the gray meant, Paul, my consultant. And he said that was because there was such a rare event that the software calculations were crazy and out of this world figures. I have heard Marcus also address this on his YouTube channel. And I like that Marcus will address the tough questions so far, anyways. And my take on this is that the system does not work in crash markets. The system is susceptible to the 95% trap. Hey, at least he somewhat admits it. As far as trading tax advantaged, the answer is no. This system trades many different underlyings that do not have the tax advantage of the 1256 contract. Another question was, do I need to be in front of my computer all day to trade this system? And it looks like the answer is no. The way it works, as I have learned so far, is that you run a report after the market closes, and the next day you execute an open. In order to close the trade, you set up profit target and stop losses. You do need to monitor once a day to see if the trend has changed, and if it has, you need to exit regardless of profit target or stop loss settings. So my quick takeaway at this point is, number one, the support looks to be very responsive. The trade plan overall has many aspects that I like and are more detailed than most that I have seen. A couple drawbacks. The software overstates back-tested returns, and the trade system does not account for crash markets. And what I've seen so far, Marcus is such a positive guy. I get the feeling he will take these negatives and find a way to turn them into positives. Also, at some point, I need to say that my email box is absolutely full from messages from Rockwell, so expect a lot of emails from them. After the consultation, I received an email with a link to download the software. I was given credentials and a link in order to log in. I was also sent a link to the course on how to use the software. When using the PowerX optimizer to run a report and scan through to find stocks to trade requires end-of-day data. And if you try to run the report shortly after the market closes, it will prompt you to wait until after 9 p.m. Eastern time to run the report. This being Thursday and with only one day left in the end of the week, I'll look to start implementing this trade system next Monday so I can start fresh in the beginning of the week. The way I will look to execute will be with 3 different trade plans. All 3 will use the Power Optimizer X software, but I will trade 3 different ways. Trade plan number 1 will be stocks only. Trade plan 2 will be long options only. And trade plan 3 will be the wheel strategy. These are also the 3 strategies that Marcus employs. I have a feeling that trade plan number 3, because it has the option seller's edge, will outperform plan 1. And also plan 1 will outperform plan 2 because plan 2 places low probability trades. We will see. Be sure to check out my free proprietary options course. I've left a link in the description below. And remember my motto, if the P&L is not real, then what else are they trying to conceal?